soon, Donald Trump will no longer be president. And that is a big problem for him. Because what he does constantly and without exception, and the way to understand everything he does, is he is gaslighting everyone around him. And to gaslight anyone, you must have power over them. You must have perceived and actual power over that person so that you can manipulate them constantly into doing your will. When he is no longer president, what he says will no longer be news. There are hundreds of thousands of people around the world who must follow Donald Trump's Twitter feed, no matter how disgusting it is. Diplomats, whoever is involved in diplomacy, whoever is involved in national policy, must follow the pronouncements of the President of the United States, as much as they don't want to. All reporters, whether television or print media, must follow Donald Trump's Twitter feed. They have no choice. Individuals who want to stay up on what the President of the United States is percolating in this particular hour are going to follow his Twitter feed. Very soon, he will no longer have that office, and he will no longer have that power, have that extent of power over other people. He is, of course, going to attempt to maintain that power through his gatherings and conferences that he holds with his followers. But he will no longer have the power of president. That is why he is working so hard to stay president. This is not a drill. This is not a fancy for him just to make noise. He really, really, really does want and believe that he needs to stay president so that he can continue having power over others. He is also scared. He is also frightened out of his mind. The evil man jumps and runs when no one is chasing him. The righteous are as bold as lions. He is frightened that once he loses the office of president, he will no longer be immune from indictment and prosecution and conviction and sentencing. This is a very, very real thing for him. No one knows his crimes better than he does. Remember the man who was kicked out of his office and so spent the last 2 weeks in office cheating his master and cooking the books for the benefit of the people who owed debts to his master. He was planning ahead. Donald Trump is planning ahead. Every one of these people, and there are many of them with many, many, many millions of dollars, every one of these people who are receiving pardons are now beholden to Donald Trump and will be his allies for a long, long time. They've just been relieved of prison terms. And now he has them for followers. He believes he must stay president to maintain the power that he needs to gaslight others and to avoid prosecution and avoid indictment. He will work to the end. This is not just a drill to try and get money out of his followers. Not merely that, although it has that benefit. And it also gives him a bank to go to defend himself in court. If he has $250 million or $500 million, he can spend a lot of time in courts, since it often seems that the court system favors the well-heeled. That is why he is working so hard to overturn the election and stay in office.